Hey everyone, Tim with Jurassic, and we're here with a super colossal unboxing from Mattel. Mattel's giant, massive-sized figure line for the Jurassic World toy line they have. Of course, this is from Jurassic World Dominion. We're looking at Atrociraptor today. It actually has a name. I don't know why they don't put the name on the package. We know that all four Atrociraptors in Jurassic World Dominion all have names, and this is Ghost. Probably the first one I memorized the name of. It's just easy because it's white. So we're going to be looking at this massive figure of it today. You can see in my hand just how big this box is. You know, it definitely fits on my review table, but it's going to be a tight squeeze because I'm going to do some comparisons with another super colossal figure too. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive in because I'm really excited to get this one out and see what it looks like, not in this little window preview, because that's what they put this packaging for all super colossals. They kind of give you like a peek of it, but you can't see the whole thing with its tail and legs and all that. But I do appreciate how they let you actually get like a look at the figure and make the box impressively large without giving away too much. So that's the front of the box with the big T-Rex graphic, huge T-Rex graphic, huge logo, all that stuff. I think the side of the box has Pyroraptor on it. I would love a super colossal Pyroraptor. How cool would that be? Pyroraptor hasn't got a lot of merchandise yet, so hopefully that's to come. We also have a Dominion logo on the other side. And of course on the back here, they show the figure eating a bunch of minis, which is funny. They show kind of the whole first wave of minis down here, and then sort of how you can eat them and swallow them, and I think they come out the belly of a Atrociraptor like they do on the other super colossals. Well, anyway, we'll see once we open it up, right? Kind of how that function works. And of course, this is some assembly required, so bear with me while we kind of build Ghosts for you. I know it doesn't take too long. I just know that it does take some assembly. So we got a leg out of here already. Like that it's got paint on it. Got another, oh no, here's a nice tail. Big long tail. Instructions on how to put all this together. Another leg. So 2 legs, a tail, and then we're just gonna have the body, which the body is always a fun time to try to free from the packaging. Hopefully a couple quick snips and we'll have it ready to go. Probably not though, it's probably gonna take a little bit more than a couple quick snips. I'm gonna go ahead and open the front of this box too, because I think that's gonna be the key to seeing just how attached in here they got a Atrociraptor. So we'll go ahead and open up this front of this. Yeah, looks like we got, whoa, I just dropped the tail. Looks like we just have one more little cord in here, and then hopefully that frees up, yeah, the rest of the body. Darn it, no, what's stuck in here now? We have, oh no, that's it. Come on, she's almost out of here. All right, I feel like I just birthed a dinosaur. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel. Cool, there it is, in partially constructed state, right? So we'll go ahead and put the pieces on. Atrociraptor Ghost. So this is the left leg. They're really solid, heavy-duty construction here too. Nothing's flimsy. This locking mechanism they have is super heavy-duty too. It literally just pushes on and then snaps in, not going anywhere. Got the other leg right here. Pull that out. It's going to snap on the other side. And then, of course, we need the tail to give the whole thing balance, which fell on the floor. So grab that off the floor. And there's instructions in this, but we're gonna just forge ahead without instructions. It's pretty straightforward, and I've built a few super colossal toys in my day, so I think I can handle it without instructions. Famous last words though, right? Okay. So I think that is, get this in here. Of course, now I can't get the tail to go in. There we go. And what do you know? My camera is not set up properly. So I never do this, but for this review, we're gonna have to do it. I'm going to actually adjust the camera on the fly so that we can actually get this thing in frame. Wow, that's a big dinosaur. Go ahead and pose her down So there's Super Colossal Ghost in all of her glory. I'm going to go ahead and just push this up a little bit higher so that we can kind of get a better angle on her so we're not looking up at her as much. That's Super Colossal Blue. This thing is incredible now that it's all built and I can see the full proportions of the figure. I mean, look how long this toy is. I'm stretching my arms wide to get the nose and the tail in frame. This is a very, very big figure. Didn't really skimp at all on the proportions in order to fully realize Ghost here. And obviously all Super Colossal figures, because they're so big, have tons of detail. So if I pull her up close, you can see all the little pebbling skin. Like there's kind of a couple random big pebbles up here. On her back, she has some bigger ones, but you know, scales throughout. She's got the ridges on her hand, painted claws, and then of course her face. Go ahead and pose her down. Tons of detail and molding going on there. I like how her chin has this little like beard on it too. How cool is that? Almost like a dragon, like a bearded dragon. I think they're kind of based on bearded dragon DNA. So lots of cool detail. And of course, you can't forget about the articulation. Yes, they pack some articulation in this. I was showing you kind of how the legs articulate, so you don't want to do that too much because you won't be able to see the figure anymore, but the legs do. The tail moves back and forth, it wags. Her feet can be pivoted back and forth. I probably wouldn't do that too much because she doesn't even really need it. She stands pretty well, just them facing forward, but you can do it if that's your thing. She doesn't stand as well, and I don't know. It feels sketchy to do that, so I'm not going to pose the feet that much. Then, of course, we have both the arms and then also the wrists, which is awesome. So she can kind of hold stuff too. Love the painted claws on both the toe claws and the hand claws. That was something that Giga was missing, was some of that paint on the claws. Then we also have posability on the head. We have the lower jaw, which is pretty standard for Mattel toys. A lower jaw. We also have an upper jaw, so lets you get some really cool roars. You can do like a upper jaw roar, or you can do a standard lower jaw roar, or you can do a little bit of each, or a full huge roar, which is fun. I kind of like the upper head roar. I think that looks a little bit cooler, a little bit more movie accurate. And then the other added articulation that I really appreciate in this one that I don't think other figures always have is the neck articulation. I think the newer ones do, but the older Super Colossal figures don't. So you can move her neck, which I think lets you do some really cool poses. With the Indominus, that was one of my favorite things about it. I mean, look at this pose I'm just doing right now with her kind of looking at you, moving her head around. It's so cool. I mean, this thing looks very much like the movie. Definitely very close to the movie in terms of accuracy. I mean, it's a little bit chonkier because it's a toy, is the term I would use, but it doesn't look, too ridiculous at all. So there's the articulation. You can see right here, we're looking down the throat, right? So as noted on the box, these toys do have swallowing feature on them. So we'll do a quick comparison, and then we'll check out swallowing. I did want to just kind of show off how consistent Mattel is with their design of these figures for Jurassic World Dominion. They always make sure they all match, right? Here's 3 of them. I didn't pull the 12-inch figure out, but this is the core figure. This is the mini. So you can see just how similar they used the plastic. They used all the different paint colorations, exactly the same. They look exactly the same. The one thing that's a little bit more premium about Super Colossal here is that it all actually has 2 different kinds of paint at play on the body. If you can tell just from zooming in, we have this darker color that's on the smaller figures. We also have this other reddish color that's in a couple different places on the figure, including on the back of the neck. So a little bit more paint variation on Super Colossal here. But what I brought the smaller dinos out for was to do a little bit of demonstration of, she's going to go ahead and eat her little younger self. Going to throw her down in the stomach, chew it up. And then how do you get the dinosaur out? Well, I guess if you had small hands and wrists, you could reach inside. But I'm going to use this little nifty trap door they have down here that just opens up. And then I think if we just set her up, yep. And then out comes the little dinosaur. So you can easily load and unload figures through that incision in the stomach. And the otherwise, I mean, the trapdoor is super low profile. You don't notice it. So they did a good job kind of making it easy to pop open, but also hides away really well. So that's one of the play features, along with just generally being massive and having lots of articulation. But one of the cool comparisons I wanted to do, Super Colossal is usually super large predators, right? T-Rex, Indominus, Giga. You put them next to this, and Super Colossal Atrociraptor looks massive, or the T-Rex looks small. They're not really the same scale, but we do have Super Colossal Blue, which is the same scale, kind of a raptor size figure, right? So that was one of the second Super Colossal figures they did. It's a fantastic looking figure too. It looks incredibly similar to Blue. Worth noting, it doesn't have neck articulation, which always bothered me. I wanted this one to be able to like pivot its neck back and forth, but they opted not to do that with Blue for whatever reason. But she's got all the other features like the jaws that open and all the wrist and leg articulation, all that stuff. And you can see just how similar these two raptors are. Atrociraptor Ghost has a little bit more of a blunter snout than Blue's elongated snout. But otherwise, I would say Ghost almost looks bigger than Blue. It's definitely got more heft to the shape. I mean, they're obviously the same size because they cost the same, right? They're not going to make one figure way smaller than the other. But I will say that Atrociraptor Ghost is just a little bit heftier, a little bit meatier in all of its different proportions. Even the heads there, you can see, well, making them kiss. You can see just how much bigger Atrociraptor Ghost's head is. And Blue's kind of got like a long, curly tail. Hold on, let me get her situated in here. I was going to see if she's any longer or shorter than Ghost. These figures are so big to move around on my review table. Yeah, I mean, Ghost is even has got a longer tail even, just because, well, no, Blue's got a longer tail, but it curls around, so it doesn't look as long. So Blue's got an even longer tail back here. It's just curls around, so it doesn't look quite as long. Ooh, she's got articulation midpoint in her tail. So every one of Mattel's Super Colossal figures is a little bit different than the one before it. It's kind of par for the course with them. I love the claw paint on how Blue's is kind of dark gray, and Ghost over here has kind of a really dark black for its claws. Makes them that much different from Velociraptor to Atrociraptor. So that's Blue and Atrociraptor hanging out together. I gotta say, I love, her tail's knocking down toys on my shelf. Gotta say, I love Blue's eye. I think they did a fantastic job coloring that and giving it detail, making it almost look like a glass eye. Atrociraptor has a little bit of a simpler eye, I would call it, and that it's literally just a red eye with a black slit. There's not a lot of other iris detail, but it gets the job done in any case. And then paired with this, articulation and everything. Again, the neck articulation, I think, really helps give these figures a little bit more life. I mean, look at this pose. I wish I could do a turnaround of this pose, but I'm trying not to sweep off all the figures on my shelf by rotating Ghost around. So we haven't looked at it from this pose too. So I love how you can get the arms tucked underneath. It just looks awesome. That looks so cool. So I wonder if they'll do more Atrociraptors or if they'll just stop with Ghost. I mean, with Blue, they definitely didn't do, Tiger, Delta, Echo, Delta, Charlie. But with Atrociraptor and Dominion being so popular, you never know. They could do a red, because I know red was another popular design for Atrociraptor. And then there's Tiger and Pantera too. I'd love a Tiger one. I think that'd be so cool. But until then, we have Atrociraptor Ghost here, looking extra ferocious with her little pose. Gonna go ahead and just show her teeth like that. Love this scene in the movie too. I hope Atrociraptors come back to Jurassic World in some way, shape, or form, because they were definitely a scary dinosaur on screen, and that they, chased relentlessly until they got the kill. So really, really cool species in the film, and now we have this awesome toy in the collection to remember it by. So that is Atrociraptor Ghost, Super Colossal figure. got this one from Amazon, but I know it's available in other stores. As always, you can check the caption for links and where to buy these toys. But I think that's all I got on Atrociraptor Ghost. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.